Today we're going to talk about how to move things around and highlight things on a world map. What I'd like to highlight about India is that I've never been. Alright, so first you're going to need a map. If you go to freevectormaps.com, you can actually get some free vector maps. Now, you actually get several different things. We're going to be using the JPEG file formats, but if you use one of the vector formats, you can actually open them up in a photo editor and then create the resolution, the exact resolution that's going to be the resolution of your final video. That's what I would suggest. But for this tutorial, we're just going to grab the JPEG. You can download it free, but you need to attribute it unless you buy the rights to use it. So it's only $5. It's up to you. Depends on how much you're going to use it. I'm only going to use it really this one time, so I'm just attributing it in the comments below. So now that we got a map, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to Project Media. So you got a few different things in here that I've been working with, but the important thing is the map. I'm going to drag that to the timeline. This map right here is kind of hard to see. It's very bright. So what I'm going to do is add levels to it and darken it just a little bit, maybe a little bit more, just to bring some of that color back out, because for some reason it's really light colored. And then the next thing we're going to do is, so I just drag the levels to this. You can always get back to that by hitting the FX button. Now I'm going to hit this event pan crop button. We're going to be spending a lot of time here. Now, make sure that this is on. We do want it on right now, and select the very first keyframe in this little timeline below. When you do that, it affects the changes throughout the rest of the time of this clip throughout the timeline. So first thing we're going to do is select 16:9, and that matches the aspect ratio that we're looking for. And conveniently enough, that actually squares us up nicely for the world to fit in. So the next thing we're going to do is pick a place we're going to go to. First off, I don't want it to scroll immediately, so I'm going to hit this create keyframe button further down the line. So what this does is guarantee if these keyframes are the same, that means that this F stands for like foreground or focus or whatever you need it to stand for, but the field of view, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. So the field of view right now is this world map, and then when I created a keyframe without changing the field of view, I created a time period where the field of view doesn't change. So now we're going to go forward a few seconds in time, and we're actually going to grab the corner here and we're going to zoom in. Let's go zoom in on the US because I'm from the US, so I'm going to zoom in on the US. And you can just, when you see these arrows, you're moving the whole thing around. When you grab the corner, you're moving you're zooming in and zooming out without changing the aspect ratio. This X and Y lock, that's what keeps the aspect ratio from changing. If you need to change that, that's where you would look. I have more detailed tutorials about these features, but now that time has passed in between these two, you can see it actually moves to the keyframe. And we can change how it moves too by selecting the keyframe, this keyframe. We can change movement from this keyframe to this keyframe by hitting smooth or sharp. Let's try sharp. That changes the different curve. We can do slow. It's going to have a little bit more momentum when it does it. So you'll notice a little bit of pixelation. Like if you do a huge resolution, you can zoom in and not have any issues when you zoom in. It'll still look just as crisp when you do your final render. So there's that. If you create any keyframes you don't want, just hit this X button, this X keyframe. And now we're going to talk about highlighting it. So to highlight the keyframe, this is a bit trickier. I'm going to rechange because I have this keyframe selected. I'm not adding another keyframe when I make a change. I'm just changing this keyframe. I want to highlight the whole United States. Now to do that in Vegas, we're going to have to do a couple of tricks. First off, I'm going to take a picture, hit save snapshot to file of this US right here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to make some changes to this where I can see what I'm doing without altering the file I'm going to actually be using. So this is a throwaway file that we're going to need just for a minute. Then I'm going to hit this event pan crop button again, and then this time we're going to select masking. This is not something you can do in Movie Studio, only Vegas Pro. And then we're going to select this create anchor point. Now to create a mask, what you need to do is create a shape, and then once you almost get that shape, just make a simple shape and finish it. Make sure you select the very first box you did as the very last box too. So when you do that, you will get a mask. I recommend going ahead and drawing a simple mask, because if you make it complicated, if there's ever a break in your lines, like you don't notice it, but there's a small break where you started a new line instead of continued the same line, your mask isn't going to finish, and you'll never have that moment where everything blacks out except for what you don't want. So that's totally fine to make a mask that looks completely different, just simpler, because you can always add more points to it. So this little thing, whenever you see a plus, that means you're adding a point. If you have a point you want to get rid of, you can use this one to get rid of the point. But we have a lot of points we don't want to get rid of. So let's talk a little bit about, I'm not going to show me doing the whole thing, but I do want to show me doing a little bit of it, because I want you to understand what we're going to do. So if you go to the normal edit tool, you can actually move these around. You can change where they are. And so you can notice here, I can line this up closer to the borders that I want them to line up to. But we still got a lot of issues here, especially because if we want this to look high quality, it's got to really kind of match the borders. So if you zoom in, I'm just using the scroll wheel to zoom in. This tool also comes with a hand. The hand lets you move around. When you grab, lets you move around where you're looking at the event pan crop tool. And you can always make this window bigger to give you a little bit easier time handling it. And so this arrow is how, if you don't see any of the things, just select it once. If you select it multiple times, you'll actually move the whole picture, the whole crop around, and you don't want to do that. So you can go back to this anchor creation tool if you want, create a ton more. And then we're just going to drag these into place here. The more you have, the more detail you can show. And you can always just add more to show more detail. Now another thing you can do, let's say you do, I want this to curve in with this, I want to be more exact. If you select this split tangent tool and then select the piece, you can actually grab and manipulate and turn one side or both sides, turn and add an angle or a tangent to it. So just be careful that you don't leave that tool selected after as you continue editing. But that can be super helpful when you're trying to get a more exact shape. So let me show you a different application of it. Like right here, I kind of just want to curve around this point. So I can grab the split tangent tool again and then create that curve about the shape I want it, and then kind of tighten, re-choke back up with the arrow tool on the edge of this map here. So you can see now how this is getting much more exact, and really what we don't want to do, any kind of blue shows that we cheated. So the blue is what we don't want. So let's pretend that I'm really just, instead of interested in doing all this, I just kind of want to roughly show a region. So let's say I'm just going to do a region in the United States. That's going to actually save us a lot of time. But this works for the coast or whatever. So whatever you need to do. Alright, so like I said, the more detail you have, the better this will look. But once you have the most detail you want, when you have the crop of the exact place you're going to want to highlight, then you can right click and copy this keyframe. See? Make sure you're selecting the bottom part of the timeline where the mask is. These are like 2 tracks. You want to go to the mask track, highlight that, right click, and copy. Make sure you're not doing the position, because that's what we were manipulating earlier. So now if you come over here, you can see the US again, but it's not cut out. That's okay, because we're going to want to grab a solid color. So you can do that by just going to your Media Generators tab, and then you can grab magenta, orange, whatever, and drag it in. I had one previously created, but we're just going to go ahead and drag it in. And I'm trying to do a color that's very different than the rest of the colors on the map. So here, let's find a point where we're zoomed in on the US. Okay, so at this point we're zoomed in on the US, and then I want it to flash magenta and then unflash magenta. I just want the US to kind of go boom and flash magenta. So first off, we can lower the opacity. That way it just highlights it right there. So the opacity is just this little center button on all your clips. Just lower that to about 50%, 30%, and then we got a highlight tool. But it still doesn't quite highlight the US. It highlights also Canada and Mexico and the Bahamas and all sorts of stuff, not the US. So to do that better, we just scroll in here and we select the Event Pan Crop tool. And then we have to hit check for masking, and then grab this little piece right here, this second bottom mask keyframe, right click and hit paste. There we go. The region we highlighted is now highlighted there, and it's only highlighted when we want it to be highlighted. So if we want it extra long highlighted or short highlighted, it's highlighted. So now we have a map. We can zoom in, we can move around, and we can highlight regions or places or whatever. And so that is mostly the tutorial, but I do want to have one little fun bonus piece if you've tuned in this far. I want you to go back to your image, and we're going to create an animated mask. So you can see you can add another keyframe and get more of your region. You can highlight more of the west, it doesn't matter, and whatever you do. And if you want, so we've expanded the region. I'm going to select this keyframe and I'm going to right click and then hit copy again, and then we're going to go back to magenta, this magenta Vegas solid color 16, and we're going to hit Event Pan Crop again, make sure the masking tool is selected, and then we're going to select where we want this change to happen. We're going to create a keyframe, and then we're going to right click that keyframe and hit paste. And then you can notice here, watch this. Now we have like a weather map of sorts. We have a growing region. That's how to animate that region. If you want it to freeze on it, it can. But now you can animate your highlightings for your maps. So there you go. That's it. That's the tutorial. Like if this video helped you out. Subscribe if you're looking for more videos like this one. If you're new to video editing, please check out my Udemy course. I also got lots of tutorials on this channel that you may like. Thank you so much for watching. Everything you buy through our affiliate links helps us out a ton. I'll see you next time.